Hey, what's going on, guys? This is 40 Energy. Today I am out in the field doing some field work. Okay, I think after last video it was clear to me that I need to throw a few discs. So I'm gonna do a little bit of motivation right now, and then I'm going to throw a few discs. I'm gonna show you one field work technique that I really love to do. I'll walk you through the process. But anyways, here we go. So today I wanted to talk about burnout. I think a lot of people are struggling with burnout, including myself. So why do we struggle with burnout? Well, I believe it's two reasons. Could be one or the other, could be both. I think the first reason is why you're burnt out is because you're probably not doing what you love. Okay? You're probably working that job that you hate. You're probably trying to make that money when you really don't want to. So you need to identify where the burnout's coming from, because it's not necessarily everything you're doing. It could just be one thing, and if you can cancel that out, it could be good, right? And I know that you can't always cancel it out, and that's when I'll get into the next part in a little bit. The second reason why you probably are burnt out is because you're just doing too much, right? You're running around doing way too much, okay? And the problem with burnout, everybody wants out of burnout, but it's easier said than done, right? So there's ways that you can slowly get out of burnout, okay? So if you strategically move through burnout in this way, I believe you can get out of burnout, okay? So let's say it's both things. Let's say you're not doing what you love and you're working way too much. The first thing I would do is try to find something that I love. For me, that's disc golf. For you, that could be anything, okay? And you might not know what you like, but that's when I want you to take any sliver of time that you have and try to find something that you might like. Just experiment. You might find peace in just trying to go out and do something, right? Especially if you get into the second thing, which is you're working just way too much. And you might have to, but I can promise you that there's some time in the day where you can take a little break, okay? And slow it down, okay? If you could slow it down just a little bit, okay? I think you'll find some peace, okay? And that's what we're looking for, right? We're just all looking for peace, okay? So that's what you want to do if you want to avoid burnout, or if you want to get out of burnout. You're gonna, what did I say? We're going to slow it down. And in any sliver of time that we have, we are going to go and either find what we love, or if you're blessed to know what you love, then you're going to go out and you're going to do that thing that you love, even if it's for 3 minutes, even if it's for 3 seconds. You're going to go and do what you love, because taking small steps is better than taking no steps. That's the truth. Like right now, I should be out making money. I'm struggling financially. I will openly admit that. But what am I doing? And what have I been doing since 10:30 in the morning? I've been out here. It's 11:30. I've been out here for 1 hour. I'm missing some of the best times to make money, and that might be dumb. Maybe it is. But I must work on myself. I must take some time, anytime I can, and work on the long game. We're too into shortcuts, and I get it. You got to pay the bills. You got to do X, Y, and Z, and do that. Make sure you get that done. I'm not saying to avoid responsibility. What I'm saying is to simply take any sliver of time, any sliver of free time that you have, and just put it to what you love, because that is putting to your future. Short-term goals, you're going to stay there. So short-term equals staying in this flat line. Working on your long-term goals equals big, way up here, right? But you're mad because it's gonna be like this, little teeny steps up, and you're mad about that. So you just end up taking the short, saying, I just need to wait for the right time. It's just not the right time. Guys, come on. When will you understand that it's never the right time? And the only way to really win sometimes, unless you're genetically blessed, is to take small steps. And it might go down a little bit and then go up, down. But eventually the goal is to get it to go up. But you'll never know if you don't try. So you got this, all right? Now I'm gonna go throw some discs and do what I love. Okay, so essentially you're gonna have discs and then the basket, right? The quote unquote basket. If you don't have a basket, just you can put out a, anything really. I put out my bag. So anyways, this is about my max distance, right? So I'm gonna take some of my drivers, put them there, right? And I think this one can go there too, right? Okay, so see what I'm doing? This one I know doesn't go as far, so I'm gonna put it here. This one I'd say goes with that. This is a mid-range. I'd say that goes up there, right? Boom, this goes here. Boom, this goes back there. Okay, there we go. We got our mid-range, fairways, distance, basket. So this is by far the best way to get good at throwing the disc accurately. Okay, got that? Here we go. So that was bad, right? So I know now. I already know I need to work on my form, but that just confirmed it. All right, let's try it with these. This should go a little bit better. Oh, wow. So that was a fail. Okay. Go over. Okay, I kind of corrected it. So the other ones were going way left, and now I know, okay, I need to aim that way instead of aiming at the target. Okay. Now you also need to know your discs, and you'll find your discs in this. Okay, so this is supposed to go straight. So I'm early releasing, right? I'm still trying to put it at the target. Okay, so now we're a little bit farther back, and I know that my biggest weakness just already is I'm aiming at the target instead of somewhere else, and I'm early releasing. So that tells me that I need to aim a little bit more to the right and try not to early release. Try to follow through all the way. So let's try that, knowing my mess ups. Alright, that was better, okay? But I noticed I shot way too high in the air. So now I need to try to bend my knees and get in an athletic position so I can follow through, do everything I need to do, and hopefully it stays about that 12 feet above the ground mark. Alright, let's try it now. Alright, so I'm not going to worry too much about where it went, but I will focus on the fact that I got it lower, okay? I followed through, I got a little bit more into the power pocket, and overall it was better. So now, this disc, it goes very far right. So instead of aiming over here, I'm gonna aim to the left, okay? Okay, tried to curve, early release. So it seems like I need to still correct my early release. Last one. Here we go. little early, but not awful, okay? So you might be wondering why I just showed a bunch of bad shots, right? Most people will probably clip that, make sure they get a good shot. The reason why I did that, and I was raw footage, is because I wanted to show how he can actually help you. So what I learned from that was I'm early releasing, right? What I learned from that is I'm not following through. I'm not pulling through all the way. I'm not grounding my feet enough. I'm throwing too much on a hyzer angle, and I'm throwing too nose up. So I take all that information, I write it down, and then I work on those, and I critique it. So you have to critique it heavily. So that right there is one of many fieldwork drills that I do. I just find that one helps me build accuracy. I don't have time to continue the video, but I hope you guys took something good away from that. And knowing that sometimes all you have to do is throw at a target and slowly work at it, right? Same with the burnout. You just, instead of trying to tackle it all at once, you want to slowly climb up that ladder. Same with drills like that. I found 5 or 6 things that I was doing wrong. Well, now at this point, I would go back to my car and or go on my notes on my phone, and I'd type or write everything that I noticed I did wrong. And even you can go an extra mile and film yourself and see what else. And then you're gonna take each thing, right? And then start on something and do every single one of those specifically. Work on each one individually until you notice a correction. And then eventually the goal is to correct all of it, right? But that could take time. But that's why you gotta put in the work and the effort. Just do it little by little and you guys will achieve anything, okay? So go out there and try that fieldwork drill. I wish I could do more, but I can't. I will be making another video next Saturday, so stay tuned for that. It might be motivation, might be disc golf, but definitely subscribe and turn on notifications so you can get all my videos. You can also follow me on my other socials. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Just do what you love, okay?